Welcome to our weekly financial report brought to you by Q Prime. And here is what you need to know for this week.
Markets start the week with basically the Easter day on Monday, so the European session is basically closed on Monday. We expect lighter than usual volatility, and then on Tuesday, basically, we have a couple of things to watch for, which is the Reserve Bank of Australia meeting minutes, as well as the building permits for the month of March from the US economy, which is still considered as a light day on the economic agenda. Going forward on Wednesday, the 20th of April, we do have some important data from the US economy, which includes the existing home sales for the month of March, as well as the weekly crude oil inventories numbers to be announced on that day. On top of that, we do have the core CPI, or the Consumer Price Index, from the Canadian economy, which is basically the key measure of inflation in the economy. And basically, we also have the CPI, or the Consumer Price Index, from the New Zealand economy. This is what we are having on the Wednesday, the 20th of April. Moving forward to Thursday, basically, again, we do have some key data from the US economy, initial jobless claims. On top of that, the weekly number. We also have a couple of speeches by the Federal Chairman Jerome Powell. We do also have the Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey's speech. So basically, on Thursday, this day will be an important one to watch for the speeches by the central bank's chairman. We do have Jerome Powell, we do have Andrew Bailey, and we also as well have the ECB president Christine Lagarde. We do also have the CPI, or the Consumer Price Index, from the Eurozone. Markets are basically looking for that one because recently the ECB has shifted back again to the dovish tone during the last meeting. So markets would want to know what will happen with the economic numbers, especially the inflation, because this will basically affect the upcoming monetary policy and the tone by the ECB. We end the week with Friday, the 22nd of April, basically with the retail sales numbers from the Great Britain. We also have the German manufacturing PMI, or the Purchasing Managers Index. Again, we do have the PMI, the composite, the manufacturing, and the services numbers from the British economy. And we end the week with the core retail sales for the month of February, as well as on top of that, again, some speeches by President Christine Lagarde, as well as Andrew Bailey, the Bank of England governor. However, those two speeches on Friday shouldn't be as important as both speeches on Thursday. So we will be watching what will happen during those speeches. This is basically what we do have on the economic agenda during this week. Let's have a look on the charts and the technical analysis on a daily time frame. On the daily time frame, on the daily chart for the gold trading, we can see clearly that gold is basically set to target the levels of $2,000 per ounce during this week, and this will basically be the key level to watch on the gold trading, because basically the price action around the $2,000, which was basically a key supply level during March of this year. Basically, we are again retargeting those levels. A bearish price action from here should mean that we will be having a retracement during the week. However, a very bullish momentum to the upside and a break above 2000, which is I really doubt during this week, should basically extend the move to the upside, and we'll be having our target set to be around $50 per ounce. Going forward on the US crude oil, basically we can see that we rejected the levels of resistance at the levels of support, 94.50, which is basically a key demand level. We do have our target set around 105.57 as well as 108.60 during this week. After clearing those resistance levels as targets, we will be having our target around the 115.50, which is something that we might see during this week. Again, on the US dollar index, basically we are trading just inside a key supply level on the weekly time frame, which is the levels of 100.80 roughly. And on a lower time frame, we can see that on the daily we do have a bearish divergence here. So basically we will be waiting for bearish price action from here to confirm the move lower. So we are basically bearish on the US dollar during this week. However, we should wait for bearish price action first to show on the daily time frame. Ending with the euro and the euro pound, they are both basically in a support level. However, the euro pound already rejected the levels of support and the levels of demand. On the daily time frame, we are starting to see what seems to be a bearish bullish engulfing candle on the daily time frame. So basically, if this candle closed the day with this form as a bullish engulfing, we'll be having our target set around the levels of 0.8375, which is something we do highly expect during this week. So that was all for today's and this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for a weekly financial report brought to you by the market research team at PU Prime, and please stay safe.